Guys, this freaking JoJo's trailer had me like, oh shit! What is going on, guys? I'm a little bit late to this party. I know that the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part Steel Ball Run trailer has come out already, and it's honestly got me freaking excited. I got into JoJo's a couple of years back. I read through all of the manga and I watched the anime up till part 4.5. At a certain point, I got really bored. I'd really like to continue watching it. I really liked Golden Wind, even if the manga was poorly translated, and I did read that version. But by my accountants, I remember rushing through part 5 pretty quickly. Because part 5, Golden Wind, I really like, and then part 6, I did kind of rush through because my understanding was it was kind of mediocre, and the JoJo fandom, it's a girl. But by the time that I made it to part 7, the one that was hyped a ton, Steel Ball Run, I was pretty excited, and it kind of pulled through on the manga side. Like, yes, there's that scene with a funny Valentine, but I really freaking enjoyed it, and I want to talk about it. Steel Ball Run is part 7 of JoJo's after the timeline switch after part 6. I don't know why, but I keep on thinking that Stone Ocean is part 5. But it's part 6. Part 7 is Steel Ball Run. And part 6 is pretty freaking good. But Steel Ball Run is a little bit different. It is not as focused on Johnny, at least the first part of it. And it more focuses on Gyro's episode. Gyro, he has balls. Super great ability. And then next to him there's Jojo, or Johnny Joestar, and he is a paraplegic. He can't walk. He sees Gyro handling these balls, and he decides that he wants that ability because he believes it's going to make him walk, which it does. Part of that is sort of featured in the trailer, which is pretty cool. I'm curious to know how that animation will look. But looking at Gyro's face in it, it kind of does look a little bit goofy. But coming back to what Steel Ball Run is about, it's in the Wild West America. There's a big horse race, bunch of characters. You have a Native American and a lucky, I don't remember his name, but he has a hat. That's a defining characteristic about him. He might have been the only black one too. Not fully remembering right now, but there's also like a guy that stands on the rain. And of course, Funny Valentine, which from the trailer that I saw, he's not in it yet. And that kind of sucks, but I'm pretty freaking hyped to see him. I think that he has one of the coolest stands. Spoiler warning if you haven't read it, I guess. His stand has the ability to interdimensionally fold into reality, and then he can pull versions of himself into it. Kind of a weird scenario. Again, spoiler warning. He has like a fat version of himself at the beginning, and then he kind of becomes fitter throughout. And I think that's because he's being pulled through and switched out by his stand. Kind of strange. But his stand design also is freaking awesome. He has those like tall mountainous ears, and then the stitching. So cool. And he's got an American flag kind of etched into his back. I guess it's a battle scar. It doesn't really say exactly when that happened, but he's a patriot at the end of the day. It's kind of like that one guy from Metal Gear, the football player, governor, bald dude. He kind of looks like not even bald, with the glasses. He looks like my uncle if he still had hair. Kind of scares me. No neck whatsoever. But this is that sort of cowboy guy. He's got a kind of goatee. I really love his character, and I'm excited to see that. I'm seeing stuff about how one person said it has the chance to be the best anime part in JoJo's. I mean, I don't think that's the hardest thing to say. Like, yes, there's the chance that they do screw it up. You have part 5 that as a manga kind of sucked, but then as an anime they improved it a ton. And part 4, I believe there were some things that switched around inside of the storyline within the town that made it better because it allowed for a better, I guess, story-driven timeline within it. But yeah, and then there's that one guy who's married to the 14-year-old. Don't know how else to talk about that. She's not Hot Pants, though. Hot Pants has a kind of like a spray gun that makes people change faces, which is super great. Again, spoilers have been warned at this point, but I'm honestly just kind of excited for it. Oh, back to that one guy and what he said about has the ability to be the best JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part. I think that's pretty easy, though. It's kind of regarded as the best or people's favorite part in the manga. I mean, it's overall just so solid, and it's, some people would say, Araki's best work, and I'm no JoJo professional. I'm not Hammond Beat and all of those other guys, but I do like JoJo's, and I do think it's really good. And I did remember I had a stigma for watching it beforehand, and then I went and watched it, and I did see what the shit was about. So I do have my calendar marked for March. I'm going to be watching it, hopefully week in week, and maybe I'll give my thoughts on it, sort of on the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll talk more about JoJo's, what I think of each part, and why I liked them. But yeah, and hot take, part 4.5. The reason why I didn't get through the anime, I did kind of get bored. I really enjoyed it as a manga, but I kind of got bored of the whole pacing, I guess, it started to feel long, and that's great if you really like JoJo's, but I started to get tired of it because there's so many times that I can watch a guy scream and color swap before it gets boring, and I know that that's sort of the part that people, I guess, hype up the most, or, I'm a JoJo professional over here, and I know what I'm talking about when I look at JoJo's, and I will say proudly, this part is the best. But looking through the trailer, I mean, there's that part when Gyro Zappelli's face, it's super close to him, and yeah, I guess it's potentially CG. I didn't think it looked that bad, but it did look a little bit weird. I don't think it's bad. It's part of the manga. I do specifically remember that panel specifically, just boom, right there in your face. And it's not the worst thing ever, but and then another spoiler, I do hope to see Dio Brando's The World at the end, and I hope that it looks good because I liked how it looked in part 3 in the anime, but hopefully that they change it up a little bit because I remember the manga when it shows up, it basically looks exactly the same. But I would like to see sort of like with Dio, his art style kind of changed throughout the manga slash anime slash manga. His art style kind of changed. It became more nimble and skinny, which is strange because in the timeline he was massive at that point, just that hulking, I guess, god of a man. And I'm so gay. I'd like to see if they kind of change up how that thing will look, or if not, like it's cool. I still think it has a cool design. Sort of I don't even know what you call those things. They look like a jetpack. But overall, I'm kind of just excited for it. I kind of thought I'd throw these out there. Let me know if you guys have anything that you are excited for with this anime. If you guys think it is going to live up to the hype of the manga. I think a lot of the colors in it are vibrant and new enough that it's going to look pretty. That's going to look pretty. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, peace.